You're tuned in to Game Chopping TV. Hip-hop media, real-world news, live video games, all chopped up in one place. We break down albums, talk culture, stream the hottest titles, and hit the streets for the stories that...
What it do? Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man. Had to tap into this one, man. So, for those that know, just by seeing the screenshot, you already know what we're speaking on. For those that don't know, this is a clip that's been going around that's kind of, viral of this vlogger on YouTube named Rodney in LA. I guess he goes to like different hoods and stuff, have them, speaking on camera. Supposedly, like, I guess these guys are Crips, and he had them to meet him, like he said, around like downtown LA, somewhere in a Chinese type of area or something like that or whatever. But and they were cool with it and stuff. And so what ends up happening is it's this Mexican Southsider gang or something like that. Some older cats, is from what people are saying. They came and approached these cats while they was on camera and stuff, and kind of like where y'all from type stuff. And the thing of it is, so they're I guess they were out of their neighborhoods and stuff, but yeah, Mexican gang approaches them, asking them where they're from. They, what they do, they represent where they're from and stuff like that. And automatically you hear one of the Hispanic guys in the background, like F Compton, because I guess they're from Compton or something like that, right? These two dudes are from Compton, and there's some youngsters. You could tell, definitely. I don't know how old, but yeah. So, and the story of it is because the guy riding in LA, he does a response video to what actually happened. So, and then you can hear it in the video too. So, when the guys are approaching, or while the video is taping, you can look at the whole vlog, and the dude asks them, "Hey, you know these guys or anything like that?" He's like, "These youngsters here, they're like, oh man, they some smokers, man. They was tripping on us when we first came in and stuff, and all that, and but they still wanted to keep the interview going type stuff." And so it goes on, and then eventually the Southsider dudes come back over there, and asking them the same thing, I guess, or whatever, like, where y'all from, blah blah blah. That's when the dude tell them Compton, whatever set of Crips they from, and then the dude get to saying, oh, F Compton and all that. Then somebody else pulls up or something. I don't know. It looks like maybe a few of the Southsiders kind of combined at that moment. I don't know, because the camera wasn't on the Southsiders or anything. It kind of was just off. Everything was off camera, and but you heard everything going on. And so I guess one of the dudes, Hispanic dudes, recognized the videographer, the guy that's taking the, doing the video, his channel and stuff like that. And because you could hear them say, "Oh, when we gonna work," and all this type of stuff, um, and so I'm not sure if that was what saved them, or well, kept everything cool, or but then it was weird too, because I heard the dude, Mexican Hispanic dude, say something about A for avenues, maybe, or something like that, or something. And I thought that I heard one of those these guys here say something about, I got it tatted on my neck. I love my Mexicans or Hispanics or whatever he said. And then you heard one of the Mexican dudes say, salute, salute. And I'm not sure if they talking to the video person or these youngsters here. It was a weird situation to me, but just from hearing it though. But yeah, so that's how that went down. And afterwards, the aftermath, a lot of people are saying, oh, because the dude whose channel this is, he's Hispanic too. And so a lot of people are like, oh, he set them up, things like that. And you can look at it, if you want to look at it from that angle. I'm not sure if he did or not, or if he was just genuinely felt like, oh, damn, we all screwed, or what, was this for, did like a setup for content maybe? Like, hey, I got these, whoop-de-whoop-de-woos coming over here, y'all pull up, or, whatever. I don't know, or if I was just really on the fluke. Who knows? But who knows? Let's be honest. But it kind of seemed like it could have been on the fluke, but then you never know. And so that was a crazy situation. So and then I guess they said that maybe the Hispanic people said something a little racist too often. That go back and look at that clip. You know what I'm saying? You'll see. And then so it's just crazy work how that happened. But one thing I will say, these are some youngsters. I don't know if they was hammered up or not, but if nothing else, it was caught slipping. But what do you do when you caught slipping like that at the same time? Because they have to. Looks like them Southsiders have to drop on them. You know what I'm saying? Not like that, but had the ups on them in a way. Like they was already prepared and ready. Where these people, they're calling themselves sitting here doing an interview, lacking with this guy, Rob in L.A. or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. And so I guess that's why people would say. But I mean, like, but at the same time, like, why would these? Who knows if they're lacking or not? But I mean, I don't know. I guess people want to see some action when it's supposed to be that or when you expect it to be that, because it looks like those Southsider dudes came over there wanting it to be that, or was looking for it to possibly, well, was ready for it to be that. It was, but that's how it happened. Like I said, I don't know what got them out of it necessarily. Um, but then you got people like Snoopy Badass or whatever. And I'm not, from, Compton. I don't bang, Crip blood, none of that stuff. But I'm just speaking from somebody just peeping the scene, actually from the Bay, but peeping the scene and, just seeing, just as a human on how things is, just on human interaction, how things happening and the mental mindset on how, what's right and what's wrong, you know. And I'll say this because with Snoopy Badass talking about all that, all blacks are scared of Hispanics and all that type of stuff. I mean, I think it's the other way around. You know what I'm saying? I feel, and I know it's the other way around because, and I think we all as black men know it's the other way around because when we come around, we're a threat automatically. Everything, all the fake stuff shut down. Everybody's trying to copy us and be us, use a slang, dress like us, like the same stuff we like. And then one of us, the real people come around, they just feel just so outdone, then they have to figure out a way to try to outdo you. So it's more of that type of thing. Oh, you think you're hard, homie? All that old type of stuff. It's like, I didn't say I was hard. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just black. And, that's the thing about it. Being black, all that's already associated with you, even if your mind even ain't even on that. Like these cats' minds wasn't even on that. You know what I'm saying? But that's how people see when you see black, they see the target, they see the competition, they see, oh, I gotta outdo them. Oh, I gotta, they don't. It's just their mind. It's like their mind starts racing. It's like calm down, calm down. It ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? But in LA, it's a different story at the same time with that banging stuff, and but at the same time too, you do know. I mean, it's a race thing going on at the same time, which a lot, with just off of the strength of that, it may be some tripping. Like, was that necessary for them to approach them? And they, like this is like people see where I go with it too. One point that I did want to make because people are like, oh, these are youngsters, and that's true. That's true. That's factual. And those dudes, those Hispanic, they were older cats. I guess from what people saying and stuff like that. But the truth is, it doesn't matter because these cats, I give them smooth 19 or maybe not 17, 17, 18, 19. It could have been 11, 12 being black. It's just, I don't know, you just already, boom, you looked at as that threat. It's like, it's just like, and then too, right now with ICE coming through, everybody mad. Everybody mad at black people, black Americans especially. You know, everybody mad at us with, you know, ICE swooping through and all that and getting them, you know, and they always want to feel like they were so much better, or, you know, act like they were the oppressors, aspire to be with the oppressors. Now you see, but so it's, you got a lot of that going on too, but at the same time, like, we are the threat. They see black, you see black, whoever see black, you know, everybody's looking. You know what I'm saying? You see pale, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever it is. I mean, it doesn't, you know, it's not, it's just not, it don't hit the same. It just doesn't hit the same, you know? It just doesn't hit the same. You know, when people see black, they start looking, you know, getting intimidated, you know, it be that way, you know. So yeah, it was just two youngsters, yeah, they caught slipping. Like I said, they could have been 10 or 11 years old. They would have probably approached them the same way, you know, and they just intimidated. The, how can I put it? An average black person can intimidate the tallest non-black person. It's still an intimidation there no matter what, and that's crazy, right? But that's just the truth. So that's what, and so that's why it's, in my opinion, it's unfair for Snoopy Badass to get on, you know, to just to say stuff like that. I don't know what's the outcome of that, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there is, yeah. That's the thing about it. Yeah, it may be more of them. It's just like if you see, always hear about Freddy Krueger, you got 100 people with you. Well, yeah, you can act big and bad around Freddy Krueger. And, oh, yeah, oh, let's get him, y'all. That's how we are. There's two of them, you know, are a threat. Just one of them, just, you know, is a threat. I mean, I like to say, either way it goes. So that's why I say it's unfair for Snoopy Badass to say stuff like that, because the fact is we are treated as King Kong by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like one thing that David Banner said one day to that girl V Nasty, saying she was what she said, she was more, she was basically trying to say she's more real than David Banner type stuff. It was from back in the day, but he said at the end of the day, I'm the big mean black. She's white. And he made a point. He said, at the end of the day, and it's just like this situation. It's just like this situation here, really. No matter these some youngsters or not, and those some adults or not. At the end of the day, I'm the big mean black guy. If that makes sense for those that know, they know what I'm saying. And this should go the same for them youngsters. At the end of the day, they are the big mean black guys. Just two of them. If something go down, something go wrong, whatever, and they come out victorious, you know, or whatever, defending themselves or whatever, they're the big mean black guys. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, you can't get out of it. You can't win for losing. You know what I'm saying? You got the white people at you, you got the Hispanic people at you, you got immigrants at, you know, for all the foreigners, just all non-black, everybody in America is white except for us. You know what I'm saying? When it really boils down, so it's bigger than this gang thing, to say like as if they done punked them out, when it's not that. It's just too much against them and too much that benefits the other because everybody's white. That's the bigger picture here. So they got that's what I say, they got the advantage off the top, and they pressing it on some youngsters, but that just go to show how, like, there's really no respect. How can you respect that? You're supposed to be this big gang, but you know you got this whole system that focuses on these black guys here as the biggest bad guys that they have to keep down, gang members or not. And then so it's not a win really. You're not doing anything, because the moment they move, like I say, move or not. The big mean black guy. It's because everybody else is white. That's just the raw truth. And I just figured, that angle had to be thrown out there because it's bigger than just them being Crips. And this is a banging situation. It's just more. It's too much more against them than just. The biggest thing against them is their skin color. Let's be honest. Something that they can't do nothing about. That's the biggest thing. All that other stuff comes set out. It really don't matter. Let's be honest. Them Hispanics, they don't care nothing about them being Crips or nothing. It's their skin color. Let's keep it funky if we're gonna keep it funky, which a lot of people is not keeping it funky and giving too many passes on the real issue here. The set thing does not matter. They could be from anywhere. It's just the skin color. That's the biggest gang bang thing that matters is that skin color. That's what they tripping on. But anyway, this is what this channel is, Game Chopping TV. You know what I'm saying? We gonna chop up this game, man, and I had to, cause people be sitting up here talking about this stuff, and they be around the cities and all that. But this is like y'all avoiding the real deal here. It's not where they from. That didn't matter. It was the skin color. That's what mattered. Point blank in this situation, and thankfully, God was with them because, yeah, it's bigger than the gang thing. You know what I'm saying? These cats got too much against them compared to them. Like I say, because everybody else is white. Get that in y'all head, man. But anyway, another one over here, Game Chopping TV, man. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we're chopping this game over here, man.